If our goal is global peace, we can only get there through tolerance and respect. The only way to create tolerance and respect is through education. If we want passionate global citizens dedicated to a better world, it has to begin at home. A collaboration across school boundaries is one plan for growing responsible global citizens through service to the community in which we live.
Autism have a perceived lack of empathy. However, if you look at the diagram of component skills, they really only struggle with the processes on the right, like perspective taking. I'm developing a set of scaffolds and social problem-solving strategies to help my students with autism develop their ability.
As an educator and mother, I, like you, want the best education possible for my own children as well as the ones I teach. Part of that is keeping up with the newest and latest in technology and bringing it into the classroom. Research shows that integrating more technology into the classroom positively impacts student engagement and motivation. It brings each lesson to a whole new level. We can either keep up in the classrooms or be left behind.
Ways to improve English language learners' reading comprehension and vocabulary development? Well, ELLs are one of the largest groups of students who struggle with literacy in general, especially vocabulary and comprehension. It's imperative that all teachers be informed of strategies to help with these issues.
Every August we hear the same speech from administrators. We are all reading teachers. But, according to James G., we need to be teaching our students the discourse of our content area. This means that students need to be reading, speaking, thinking, writing, investigating like historians, geographers, sociologists, economists, and politicians. And we're going to need more than textbooks.
Every 18 seconds, 2 children somewhere in the world are bullied. It's not a rite of passage, it's an epidemic. So what can I, as not only an educator but a compassionate adult, do to change the way that our children interact with each other? It circles back around to my passion, education. And in this case, educating children about the destructive path that bullying leaves.
Social networking and media are increasingly taking control of our lives. Are these tools harming our children's literacy? And how do we address this in education? Incorporating tools like social networking and media into writing instruction is the first step.
Howard Gardner once said, "The biggest mistake of past centuries in teaching has been to treat all children as if they were the variants of the same individual and thus to feel justified in teaching them all the same way." So how do we change this? By adding creative thinking into writing instruction, we can accomplish differentiating instruction.
In response to a review of literature on interventions for struggling first grade writers, I created an independent writing guide to be used in conjunction with small group pullout for students who have difficulty organizing and remembering sounds and letters so that they can get their ideas down on paper during independent writing time.
Interpersonal skills are extremely important, but as a teacher we're constantly in a race against time, so getting in extra material can be difficult. Embedding this hidden curriculum into mandated standards is the most effective solution. Through the use of literature circles and an online response blog, I plan to create a positive community of learners.
Challenge to help my hesitant colleagues embrace free technologies in order to encourage writing and collaboration in the classroom. Teachers don't integrate technology into the classroom because they're uncomfortable using it. I want to develop concrete ways that my colleagues can use Google Docs to enhance the teaching of writing on my campus.
It is essential to teach our students the importance of critical literacy skills through writing. An inquiry that I want to focus on is how to tap into my students' critical literacy skills through various forms of technology. This will measure my students' success by teaching them how to communicate, be aware of their cultural identity, teach about the social justice, giving them empowerment, giving them a voice. It is beyond measure.
I saw this great lesson that used pop culture to teach literacy.
That's awesome. How'd she hook you?
Guess.
Rapid fire. The Simpsons, Family Guy, American Idol, The Voice, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Magic Mike, Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, Emma Stone, Rolling Stone, Ryan Gosling. Hey girl.
Yes.
Pop culture. It's beyond measure.